Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and like I shared in my last video there of my project shares from Studio Calico that I did from the crop I went to, gave you a sneak peek of my December daily, which is from last year. I wish I was that organized and already had the one done for this year. But I made this book actually in November of 2011. And I bound it with my Bind It All, and there it sat for pretty much a year to the day. Well, no, because when was the crop? The crop was, I think, second last weekend or last weekend in October. So not quite a year before I did anything with it. So basically the cover is just a piece of like, I don't know, a little thicker than cereal weight chipboard, and I took some, I think this is Stampin' Up! Paper, and border punched it and inked it and added some of this, I believe it's Maya Road kind of pleated tulle trim. I painted the background, dry brushed some paint on it. I took this ledger paper and I added some rub-ons, and I believe these are from October Afternoon, and it just says Memories Home Together. I added these chipboard letters. These are from, oh gosh, they went out of business. Oh, Girls Papery, it was their Christmas line, and I inked the edges. Then I took some crepe paper, like, you know, like streamer crepe paper, and I ran a stitch through it just with a needle and thread, and I pulled the edges of it, and then I just added some Lindsay Stamp Gang to it. I sprayed it. I couldn't tell you offhand what color it was, but anyways, I used my Lindsay Stamp Gang. This, I believe, is Echo Park papers. I just layered them and I border punched the bottom of it. These little stickers here, I believe, oh, who makes those stickers? I don't know, it's a letter sticker anyways, and it says daily, and then the 31, and then this here I believe is an L Studio journaling card. And then for the inside, I just covered the paper, or the back of the chipboard, with some paper. All the papers in this album are just a mishmash of things I've collected over the years and hoarded, and you know, had good intentions of using and didn't. So there's I believe there's a lot of Stampin' Up! Paper in here, maybe a little bit of October Afternoon, some older Cosmo Cricket, some Echo Park, and so I'm just going to go through quickly and just show you the base of the album, then I'll go back and show you the pages I've actually completed. So I went to a scrapbook store last year when I built this, and I used their Grand Caliber AccuCut machine and cut out this envelope, and then I added some washi to the edges of it. This paper here is a Stampin' Up! Paper, and I just edge punched a lot of them, and I inked the edges of all of them, and then I just added various pieces that were like smaller. I believe this is it's either October Afternoon or Cosmo Cricket, and this is what do you call it? Stampin' Up! And then again I did the edges of it. So I'm trying to find a good angle here. This, I just took an envelope, just a regular envelope, and I added some paper to the edge and put some ink on it. This is an old Cosmo Cricket paper, I believe. I made a pocket here. This one here, I made a little insert. It's like a pocket. It's got a big tag, and then I punched with my Stampin' Up! Punch here. This is figgy pudding paper, I believe, from Basic Gray. Same with this paper. And this, I believe, is figgy pudding as well, and I edged it. again with my border punches. This here is just a piece of acetate, and I saw an Ali Edwards site, her blog. She's the one that came up with the December Daily idea. She had these things that you could buy, but I was too cheap to buy them, so I just, and they looked like this, and I just took a bottle or a glass and put some paint in a plate, and then just dipped the glass in it, and then just stamped it onto the page and let it dry. I thought it turned out really cool. And then another one of those, I think it's Cosmo Cricut paper. And then I used a little file folder here. And so like I have all kind of different layers and stuff and sizes of pages. This one here I believe is Cosmo Cricut. This is Figgy Pudding. Some of them I edged, some I didn't. This one I used some more of the paper and kind of made a grid. I did some baseball card sleeves and just cut them to fit the album. They're a little shorter than the width of the album. And this is another AccuCut die. I really like this paper. I believe this is Echo Park. So is this one, I believe. Another little envelope. This is a really old paper. Here, I think this is Creative Imagination. It's super old. So it was really good to use up a bunch of old papers that I had. This, I believe, is Melissa Francis. So is this. And then again, it's just a pocket with a tag, and it's got the little tab. Sorry. Another envelope. And this I cut shorter, and it's Stampin' Up paper, so is this one, and I edge punched it. Another envelope with some washi on the sides. Another Stampin' Up. This one I just rounded the corners. This one here, this is really old too. It's got flocking on the Santas. And I just cut it to fit here. It was a big sheet of transparency that I had. This is super old. I love it. I wish I would have bought more of it. And this here, this was on the paper, but I cut it out and added it to where I wanted it. And it says, oops, it says naughty or nice. I can't even tell you who makes this paper. I want to say Melissa Francis, but I'm not sure if that's it. And then I did the same thing with the acetate, the acrylic sheet. Just used the cream colored paint. This is an older line. I'm not sure who makes this paper. And then I edge punched it again. Another envelope or little pocket. This is Stampin' Up. And so is this. You see, I made the sheets all different sizes and widths and lengths. And I think this is Figgy Pudding. That's Figgy Pudding. Another acetate sheet. A pocket. And Figgy Pudding. And then I covered the back of the chipboard. And then I can never get these to bind proper. I always have to go like this to shut them. And then this is the back of the cover. And then I added some more Stampin' Up paper and edge punched it and inked it. Okay, so yeah, so that is the base of the book. And then at the crop, I did the first page here. I think in here I'm going to just put a kind of like a letter of what this book was intended for, and that's what'll go in there. And then, like, when I made this book last year, I didn't like, oh, I'm going to have 1 page for this day and 2 for that, unless I knew, like, ahead of time, like when I made it in November, like I knew, like, certain days were really busy, like I think it's like the 3rd of December. Like we had our Christmas party that day for the staff and for the kids' party, and my son had a basketball tournament that weekend. So, but I didn't number any of the pages when I made it. I thought I'll number them as I go along, and if I need to take out some pages because I have too many, I can just pull them out, like, you know, just cut them. And if I need to add some, I can just punch them and kind of make a slit right there and just slide them in if I needed to, or, you know, add some pockets to the actual pages if I didn't have enough room. So I'm just going to kind of wing it as I go along as far as adding to this, and my goal is to have this done by the end of 2012. So then, you know, I'll just do what I did last year. I just took pictures every day or every other day. I mean, some days I don't really have a decent picture for, and those days I'll just do filler-ins, like, you know, my favorite Christmas movies or whatever. Like, if you go to Two Peas in a Bucket, there's a lot of posts there about December daily prompts, and if you look on blogs, a lot of people fill in certain days with kind of like filler pages. So I'm not too worried about filling pages for days I don't actually have a picture. So, you know, if you're thinking of doing December daily and you're thinking, oh wow, that's a big commitment, doing a picture every day, you don't really have to do a picture every day. So, you know, you can fill it with lots of different things. Your traditions, you know, favorite ornaments, things like that. So, so for day one, December 1st, we actually put up our tree that day. And so I used, I believe this is a Jelly Bean Soup journal spot. This is from Elle Studio. And I just cut it out and I added a date stamp and put December 1st. Added a button with some twine. And this is just my husband putting the lights on the tree. And then I just layered some different papers here in the background and attached the picture with some washi. And then I added number 1. It's just like a little photo tag, you know, those rimmed tags. And I added a thicker, glittered thicker, I'm not sure what font it is, green glitter, and then some twine around the number 1. And then also that day we had our local kind of market, and so I just took one of these goodie bags I had. It was a treat bag I had in my Christmas stash, and I added a picture on the inside. Also that day, our local scrapbook store, which is no longer opened, it was their open house, and so, sorry about that, that was my door. Anyways, our local scrapbook store had their Christmas open house, and this was the invite that they sent in the mail, and so I just added that to my December daily. I punched this out with my McGill tab punch and stapled it on with the tiny attacher, and I'll probably do some journaling on the back there. And then to the actual baggie, I added this picture, and you can't see it very well in this picture, but I made this card for her open house. It was using the alcohol inks and a Tim Holtz stamp, and I don't know, I did some sort of using his tape down here. I pleated it, and it's not a very good picture on camera there of the card I made, but I made it for her open house. She needed some samples, so I just made that up for her. And then I used my photo corner punch that I used that same weekend on those layouts, the Martha Stewart one, and I added some twine. And then the bottom picture, I added a piece of washi here, and this will flip up if need be, if I need to put journaling or something behind there. And it's just a display of the different projects and new stuff she had there, and added some more twine there. For day 2, I took some of the Maya Road chipboard pieces and added some paper to them, and then put some twine behind them, and added these making memory letters to spell the word 2. And on day 2 we actually decorated the tree, and so this is just a picture of my kids decorating the tree. And this is super old. Like, this is what I love about the December daily, is using up all my old stuff that I've hoarded and kept. And this, I couldn't even tell you offhand who this came from. If you want to know, let me know, and I'll certainly look it up. I don't have it in front of me right now. But it was just a little chipboard piece, and it said decorating the tree. So, I mean, that really fit in there well. And then I just added a strip of paper behind it and border punched it. And, you know, really simple. And then for this here, at the crop, I added these pieces of paper to this background sheet. And I'm going to put a picture of our Christmas tree here. And if I can find it, and once it's all decorated, I have a picture of the tree. And then I'm going to add this little, I stamped this, punched this out. It's from Stamping Up, and it says, "Oh, Christmas Tree." It's just a little ornament, and I'm going to put it down there and add some string and tie a little bow at the bottom here. And then also at the crop, I did this page, and again, real simple, but I mean, it's about the pictures and the memories. It isn't about, I mean, all the fancy decorating. I mean, that's what, to me, that's what, you know, layouts are for and stuff. This is more about just, you know, capturing your memories of December or of the holidays or whatever. So just took some buttons and added a row of buttons with twine in them. And then this is, on the Friday, the 2nd, we went to my son's house, and they had us over for a little bit, and this is just some pictures of my granddaughter and my husband, and they had little kittens, so she was hugging the kittens there, and I just developed these pictures on my, or printed these pictures on my printer at home. And then day 3, I just took, I believe this is I don't know if it's a Stamping Up punch, but I just took a letter, number sticker, and put a number sticker on it, and used some dimensional stickers under there to pop it up. And for day 4, I took one of these felt, what do you call it, snowflakes. These are from Stamping Up. They're really old. They're a few years old. Was when I used to sell Stamping Up, and added a thicker, I'm not sure what font this is again. If you would like to know, just, you know, ask, and I'll look up the different companies. And added the number 4. And I have a lot of pictures to add in between, you know, day 3. I just didn't have them developed when I went to the crop, so I just kind of skipped all over and did what I could at the crop. And here I have a pretty picture of, we got frost on the trees one day in December on the 6th. And so I took one of the Maya Road acetate snowflakes and added a thicker again in the number 6. It's kind of a silver shiny one there. And I think that was all I've done so far to my December dailies. So yeah, so I hope to get more done on it in the next little while, and my goal, like I said, is to have my 2011 December daily done by the end of 2012. But, you know, I felt really bad that I hadn't finished it, but then I was reading on Two Peas in a Bucket, a lot of people were still finishing up their 2011 December daily, so I don't feel so bad. I'm in good company, and you know, it'll get done when it gets done, and it'll be a great, you know, memory to have, to look back at, and a great keepsake. So try doing one. I think you'd really enjoy it, and it's a great way to use up your supplies. So thanks everyone for watching. Have an awesome day, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.